Welcome back. Yes, repeated words are verbatim. Well, David, I think the sun is well and truly over the yardarm, so we can talk about, well, what you're going to talk about.
We can talk about alcohol. It's a lovely expression, sun over the yardarm, because it's a nautical expression, and a particular type of alcohol, grog, which is slang for alcohol or booze, has nautical origins. It's a fascinating story. I had always presumed grog was a piece of Australian vernacular.
I would have said so too, because it is one of those words that, you hear in Australia, and sometimes people from overseas are maybe not so familiar with it.
The fact is, it actually comes from the British Empire around about the 1740 mark, when around that period, the British Navy were occupying the Caribbean waters around the West Indies. And the tradition, of course, amongst the sailors was to have rum rationing.
And that was the part of the world to have it.
It was, and that's the problem, because there was such bountiful rum around the West Indies that the sailors on this particular detail were getting more than their fair share. And a vice admiral who was in charge of this particular flotilla, a man called Edward Vernon, was a little bit of a wowser, shall we say, in modern parlance. For reasons of health and morals, unquote, he decided to dilute the rum with water. So all these sailors were suddenly not so happy about this, having to have sort of diluted rations. And the nickname for this vice admiral was Old Grogram. And grogram is actually a kind of coarse, corded fabric of silk and mohair. So this gentleman was walking around in his sort of sailor's jacket of grogram. His nickname was Old Grogram. And when the rum was diluted, suddenly the rum itself became grog. It was this sort of punishment inflicted upon them by this admiral. And so to become groggy also was associated with this time. But fascinatingly, the name of Edward Vernon has not survived history. The name of that cloth is not really, I've not seen a grogram jacket for a long time. However, grog is now, I guess, part of our language, and particularly in Australian parlance.
Great backstory to the word, though. Thanks, David.
Pleasure.
Let's look at the scores, and it's a neck-and-neck race, as we said before. Paul and Billy both on 23 points as we head for our next letters. And Billy, your choice.
Lily, can I please get a consonant, please?
Thank you. R.
And another one?
W.
And another one?
C.
And another one?
R.
And a vowel?
E.
And another vowel?
I.
And a consonant, please?
P.
And a vowel?
Another E.
And another vowel?
And last letter O.
And here's the clock. How many, Billy?
I got a 5.
And Paul?
I also got a 5.
Let's start there.
Power.
And yours, Billy?
Price.
Couple of good fives, David?
Good fives, and in fact, just a little bit of manipulation on price, you can turn into pierce, or recipe, another anagram, and piercer is the 7 that I found. Both fives are fine.
Good stuff. 5 points each. Well, there's no splitting Paul and Billy at the moment. Paul, next letters.
Can I start with a consonant?
Thanks, Paul. S.
Consonant.
D.
And another.
M.
And another.
T.
And a vowel.
E.
And a vowel.
A.
And a vowel.
U.
A consonant.
X.
And a consonant.
And last letter R.
30 seconds. So, Paul, what do you think about that?
I got a painful 7.
A painful 7. Okay, Billy,
I got a 6.
let's start there.
Master.
And what's the 7 that caused pain?
Smarted.
It is a painful one. The other thing I thought that might be a little painful was the X in the mix there.
I always thought it might have been mustard, because hot English mustard can cause a lot of pain too. But smarted is a good 7. Well played, Paul. Actually, this was one of those words that I went out on a limb, checked the dictionary, very excited to find it. After price, I thought reprice is a possible word, and an 8-letter word that's here, using the X, is surtaxed. So adding more tax upon a good, surtaxed, is an 8.
Very nice 8 indeed. Well done. But Paul did well also on 7 points. So, Billy, Paul's just pulled out into the lead. I hope you're not going to let him get away with that.
I'll try not to.
What numbers would you like?
Can't best get the family mix. Yeah.
Thanks, Billy. That's 2 large and 4 small. And starting with the smalls, 2, 6, 3, 8, and the 2 large, 75 and 25. The target to reach is 481.
Thanks, Lily. Let's chase it. How close did you get to the target, Billy?
I got 486.
486, so 5 away. Paul?
I also got 486.
Wow, okay, very consistent. But Billy, your choice, your explanation, please.
I did 25 plus 75.
25 plus 75 is 100.
Then I added 2 to the 3
2 plus 3 is 5.
times the 100 by the 5.
500.
And then subtracted the remainder, which was the 8 and the 6.
Take away the 8 and the 6, which is 14, gives you 486.
So, nice work, you're just 5 off. What did you do with this one, Paul? Same method?
Exactly the same method.
Again, could you verify? We've got 2 brains thinking very similarly here, Lily. But what did your brain do to this particular challenge?
Well, it got there, luckily. Now, 6 by the 75 is 450. Plus the 25 is 475, and we're 6 away, so 3 by 2 is 6. Add that on is 481.
Very nice work. Well done, Lily. But good stuff from Paul and Billy. They both scored 7 points each. So it is still a very competitive game. Billy's on 35, Paul is on 42 as we head for our next break. Another word mix for you. It's late tote. And the clue this time, avoiding completely. Back soon.